Your child's brain is being rewired right now, and most parents have no idea it's happening. Not in a dramatic, scary way, quietly, gradually, every single day. In this video, I'm going to walk you through every documented effect that screen time has on a developing child's brain, the ones pediatric researchers have confirmed, explained simply so you can actually use this information. Stay until the end because some of these will completely change how you look at your child's daily routine. Before we get into it, if you're the kind of parent who wants real practical solutions and not just information, I wrote an ebook called Unplug My Child: Simple Ways to Raise Calm, Creative Kids Without Constant Screens. It covers everything we talk about on this channel, backed by child development research, and gives you a step-by-step plan to actually reduce screen time without the meltdowns and pushback. The link is in the description. Grab it, then let's get into today's video. Effect number 1, dopamine dysregulation. Every time your child watches a video, plays a game, or swipes through content, their brain releases dopamine, the same chemical released when you eat something delicious or hear your favorite song. The problem is that screens are engineered to release dopamine in short, rapid bursts. Over time, the brain recalibrates. It starts to expect that level of stimulation constantly. So when your child sits down to do something calm, drawing, reading, playing with blocks, the brain registers it as boring. Not because it is boring, but because the dopamine baseline has been raised so high that normal life can't compete. This is why screen-addicted children struggle to self-entertain. Their brain has been trained to need a hit. Effect number 2, shortened attention span. The average piece of content a child consumes online lasts between 15 seconds and 3 minutes. Each piece is fast-paced, visually aggressive, and immediately replaced by the next one. The brain learns from repetition. When children spend hours in this environment, their neural pathways adapt to expect rapid scene changes, instant rewards, and constant novelty. The result, sitting still in a classroom, listening to a teacher, or focusing on a single task for more than a few minutes becomes genuinely difficult. Not a behavior problem, a brain adaptation problem. Effect number 3, impaired language development in under 3s. For children under 3, screen time has a particularly well-documented effect on language. Studies from the American Academy of Pediatrics confirm that the language learning window in early childhood is experience-dependent, meaning the brain builds language from real, back-and-forth human interaction. Screens talk at children. They don't respond to a child's babble, pause when the child looks confused, or adjust their vocabulary in real time. Every hour of passive screen viewing in toddlers replaces time that could have been spent in real conversational exchange, and that's time the brain needed. Effect number 4, sleep disruption. The blue light emitted from screens suppresses melatonin, the hormone that signals to your child's brain that it's time to sleep. Even 30 minutes of screen time before bed can delay melatonin release by up to 90 minutes. For a growing child, sleep isn't optional downtime. It's when the brain consolidates memory, processes emotions, and produces the growth hormone critical for physical development. A child getting consistently poor sleep isn't just tired, they're missing biological processes that cannot be replicated while awake. Effect number 5, reduced empathy and emotional recognition. A UCLA study found that children who went 5 days without screen access and instead engaged in face-to-face interaction significantly outperformed screen-using peers at reading facial expressions and identifying emotions in others. Empathy is a skill, and like all skills, it needs practice. Children develop it by reading faces, navigating real conflict, sitting with boredom, and processing the emotions of people around them. Screens replace much of that practice time with passive, emotional, cue-free content. Effect number 6, reduced creativity and imaginative play. Unstructured, screen-free play is where a child's imagination lives. When a child is bored, genuinely bored, with nothing handed to them, the brain enters a default mode that is the birthplace of creativity. It starts building worlds, inventing scenarios, solving made-up problems. Screens eliminate boredom almost entirely, and in doing so, they eliminate the neurological conditions in which creativity is born. Children who are handed screens whenever they're bored never develop the internal muscle to generate their own entertainment, and that has consequences far beyond childhood. Effect number 7. Cortisol spikes from content-induced stress. Not all screen content is calm. Fast-paced cartoons, competitive games, and even YouTube autoplay sequences can trigger stress responses in children. The brain doesn't always distinguish between a fictional threat on screen and a real one. Cortisol, the stress hormone, rises. In short bursts, this is harmless, but children who spend hours in high-stimulation content environments can develop chronically elevated cortisol, which affects mood regulation, immune function, and the ability to handle frustration calmly. This is why so many parents report that their child is angrier after screen time, not calmer. Effect number 8. Weakened prefrontal cortex development. The prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for decision-making, impulse control, and long-term thinking, is the last region to fully develop, finishing around age 25. But the groundwork is laid in childhood. Activities that build it include managing frustration, waiting, making choices, navigating social complexity, and problem-solving without immediate answers. Screen entertainment requires almost none of those things. Heavy screen use in childhood means less practice for the prefrontal cortex during its most critical growth window. Now you know every documented effect that screen time has on your child's developing brain, and more importantly, you understand why each one happens. Knowledge is the first step, but if you're ready to take action, to actually make changes in your home without the chaos, don't forget to grab Unplug My Child from the link in the description. It's the practical side of everything we covered today. And if this video gave you something valuable, hit subscribe. Every week, we break down child development and parenting the same way. No fluff, no guilt, just the science explained simply so you can be the parent you already want to be. I'll see you in the next one.